doing my first Flagstaff run.
I mean, but that's power for now.
Well, no, but I'm saying you could charge it more while we're on our way up there. So if you charge the way back.
You don't need another charger there.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Oh. Driver controls the radio, but I got earbuds. I'm good. 101. Crossing Deer Valley right now. Oh look, it's a castle. The little hill right there is protected Native American ruins. 10:45 a.m. right now, and while it looks like open desert, and for the most part is open desert, on the west side of I-17 up this far north, it's still fully developed on the other side of I-17, and it's pretty contiguous development from here all the way through the town of Rock Springs where my sister lives. And there you can see some new tract homes. Actually, those are new tract homes over there off in the distance. Just insane how much sprawl this city has and just how far it goes. So I'm not entirely sure what ADOT is doing here, if this is general freeway widening or if this is the part where they're going to put in the reverse lanes. Looking at the construction and the way the edges of the bridges are removed and how they're just generally eliminating the median and smoothing out the median, I would say they're planning on widening it.
Wider. I know, huh? Just, that should be so little. Like, come on now. Everybody travels through. Everybody.
And just
like,
have.
Why would you not make it bigger in the first place?
The main run to Houston.
Exactly.
The road that we're driving on right now, the way it is right now, this was built in the late 1960s and it hasn't been expanded since. There was no anticipation it was ever going to get this developed or populated. I've lived here since 1972.
I moved out here when I was 8, so like, and I'm 49,
so you've been here
for a long time.
Damn near, yeah. So you can remember Metro Center being nice.
Hell yeah.
That was the place.
Center used to be the shit.
That was the best place to be in all of Phoenix.
They had that big old carousel and shit downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
They had all of that.
Ice skating
They had
rink.
nothing.
Yeah, no, it was the best place to be in all of Phoenix for like the 70s and the 80s.
All the time.
By the 90s, it just kind of fell out.
Because you had everything to do there. Everything.
You bet. Yeah, and downtown wasn't shit.
No.
Downtown was just a bunch of bums and crooks,
Yeah. Yep.
crack dealers.
Yep.
You didn't want to go down there.
Nope.
That's wild that they're widening this as much as they are. Now, I know further north they're going to be adding in like a reverse lane. There's going to be 2 lanes down the middle that they can reverse the directions on. But this looks like just general expansion from the style of the construction, which is, this is like 20 years overdue.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
My sister lives a little bit north of here. She lives by the last exit
Once there's an
for...
accident, you're
screwed.
Oh, yeah.
You got to turn back. Might as well go back home.
Well, and there's no alternate. You can't turn back. Once you're stuck in this lane, you're just stuck.
Yeah, you got to keep going or, yeah.
There's a long time till you can plan and pull off, or ADOT has a temporary route to get you out. And there's really no alternate route. I mean, you either go through Payson or you go through Prescott.
Yeah.
Either way is... Now, there's a bit of an alternate route here where you can take the old road, the old New River Road, which will get you into North Phoenix. Now, that's a little narrow 2-lane road.
I remember I was driving from Prescott. I used to live up in Prescott, and there was an accident like right on the edge of Phoenix. And as soon as I got on the 17 from up there, it was just gridlock.
Oh, I'm sure.
Down. And the hour and a half drive turned into like a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, when I-17 is jammed, and it doesn't take much, this whole part of the state is just hosed.
There was a professor at my college up in Prescott, and he lived in Phoenix, and he would commute to work.
That's just
every day.
insane.
And then on the way back, he would grade papers.
While he's driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe. That's how we end up getting these accidents that jam up the whole road.
Like, how would you be driving on a freeway and grading papers at the same time?
By not paying adequate attention to your driving.
Okay. I don't know how he did it.
All right, it's 11:16. We're all taking a pit stop. That's the minivan. We're rolling up to Flagstaff in. Taking a pit stop here at Sunset Point. Sunset Point rest stop. I love this place. Like, the view here is just amazing. I can't take too much time out here because I'm on the clock, but I know a couple people are going to the bathroom, and that's going to take a minute. So, but yeah, this view is something. It's like you can see forever from up here. They really improved the facilities here in the last few years. Anyway, I'm just gonna hit the vending, probably get myself a Coke. I think I got enough ones and chains on me for that sort of thing. Like, I don't think they would leave without me, but I hate to be the guy that everybody else is waiting on. That's not a way to keep getting sent on these kind of trips. Wow, I'm loving all those dirt roads down there. Normally you can't see them that clearly. So I just got my first direct deposit payment yesterday, and this job is, based on that being to pay for 1 day and 2 hours, this job's not going to pay enough to fully support me. But I freaking love it. So obviously I'm going to have to figure out how to cope with that. Damn, $3 for a 20-ounce Coke. That's steep.
I'm fucking gonna slow it down. Really fast. You let me over, but I didn't.
11:57. We just passed Camp Verde a little bit ago.
I know you see me putting my brakes on.
You look rich. She gonna give us some money.
I need like a bullhorn. Like the police have when they tell you pull over.
Oh, yeah.
I need to tell them back up, back
see one of the girls, she had one, she said, "You're doing 45 and a 55! Hit the gas!" That was hilarious. I was like, yeah, we all need one of those.
Need a button that plays a ludicrous sample. Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way!
I'm not playing though.
Oh, Jesus!
It's like they see you speeding.
Dumbass hoe.
Wow. That guy got his hazard lights on because he knows he's a hazard.
No, you said
He knows he's a hazard.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like shaking or something. Or what's funny is that if my brother seeing like a police on the side of the road with somebody, you know, like pull somebody over, my brother will go by and roll down the window and say, "Tase him, tase him." I'd be like, that's some bullshit. I'd be like, "David, you gonna get us in trouble?" He said, "Why?" "Because I told him to tase him." We did it one day, and then him and my son, the one that works at the job, both of them yelled out the window talking about, "Tase him, tase him." He did it. I was like, y'all some fools. I want one of these.
Yeah, go.
I want one of those.
Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. I really don't know.
These are going to. Here, let me look.
I really don't know where in Flagstaff we're going to pick up the cars.
Did he say Scottsdale?
Camelback.
Camelback.
Camelback?
It is.
Like 900 block of West Camelback.
Well, I might as well go home from there. I'm just a little further down. So Rob clock me out.
949 West Camelback Road.
Oh, wow, little FedEx plane. That's cool.
Yep, 949 West Camelback Road.
Let me get that in.
Everybody take my number down when you're done. I know you do.
Oh, nice. 2 hours.
That's assuming nobody fucks up and jams up the road.
But yeah, see what he says.
And we got rain.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That'll be just lovely too.
Number?
590.
I'm gonna call it.
Are you calling it, Angel?
Yeah, I called it.
So this is pretty cool. I've never been to the Flagstaff airport before. I assume Flagstaff had an airport, but I would have never envisioned it as being like a passenger airport. But it apparently has a little rental car center here. This is where Avis and Budget shares their space. And it's pretty laid back. It's not all hectic like Sky Harbor. Pine trees everywhere because Flagstaff. It's like that's National Car Rental over there. And here's our department, Hertz. Even though we're all MLS drivers on this trip, it's we're all subcontractors for Hertz. I don't know what I'm driving. I'm sure somebody's gonna have dibs on the Shelby, and I'm not fond of those anyway. I definitely don't want to drive this Ford monstrosity. Hopefully I can grab the Malibu or the Toyota. I just like smaller passenger cars. This looks nice. I'm probably the lowest on the totem pole for picking out what I'm wanting to drive, but hopefully I can drive that Nissan. That's pretty tight. Yeah, oversized Chevy I'll pass on. Mustang? So an Enterprise over here. Yeah, I'd love to drive the Mustang convertible. That sounds fun, but somehow I don't think I have priority for that either. So it's 12:40 p.m. I have no idea what time they're actually expecting us back, but I always seem to get a little extra break to wander around on trips like this because most of the people that I work with are cigarette smokers. So as soon as they're out of the car, their focus is smoking that cigarette. So there's the terminal. Flagstaff Airport is pretty small. Does not look like I'm going to have time to go explore it at all because that woman over there is a lead handing out keys. Sometimes it feels like I'm the only person who understands you're supposed to keep right except to pass. I mean, this whole row of cars is finally passing now, but I was in the right lane while a whole bunch of them were left lane camping up to this point. Love and Spoonful on the radio. John Sebastian's voice always puts me in a happy place. So I'm driving a Honda Odyssey. I was completely wrong on what we were picking up. So apparently all those cars that I caught in that last little segment of video, those are the ones that are available for people to rent there. And the ones that we were picking up to take back to Phoenix are in the overflow lot, which I didn't catch any video going over there. It was walking distance from where we were at. The lead, and I forget her name, but she was the one who was so amusing and cussing out other drivers as we were on the way up here. I'm not sure if my phone caught the audio of her, but I hope it did. She's absolutely entertaining. Sounds like a freaking cartoon character. In a good way. Like, I could roll around with her for hours and just listen to her cussing out other drivers and be completely entertained. Wow, a little dead air after the Love and Spoonful. That's awkward. Yeah, this is what we get for radio broadcasting, since everything's on autopilot now. Anyway, the lead assigned cars to everybody, so she handed me a key and told me what I was going to be driving. Which is, fine, whatever. It's all good. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of driving. I'm not particularly fond of driving minivans in general, but I could be driving a lot less pleasant things than a Honda Odyssey. So, pretty comfortable ride. Took me a minute to get the air conditioning comfortable. We did take a little bit of a pit stop between the overflow lot while we were all driving, after we left the airport. I do wish I had a camera and a mount as I pulled out of the overflow lot, because the first thing we passed was a Flagstaff police officer in a giant SUV. It was parked in such a way as he was not only blocking the sidewalk, but also blocking the bike lane, as he's there trying to clock everybody's speed coming out of the airport. So yeah, always fun to see law enforcement trying to write a subjective ticket. And when I mean subjective, Arizona law, it's one thing that it's really clear in the comments I'm getting on my viral video of the guy doing an act of criminal speeding on the Loop 303. The criminal speeding laws and the civil speeding laws are radically different. Criminal speeding is anything that is 20 over the limit. And as the name implies, it is a crime. It's a misdemeanor. It can carry up to 6 months in jail and 3 years of probation. It's not just a traffic ticket, it's a crime. That said, the commenters that are saying, everybody drives that fast on the Loop 303, while they're kind of exaggerating, they're not far off. I don't drive that fast on the Loop 303 because I value having continuing to keep my future criminal record and driving record clean. So no, I'm not going to drive at a speed which can be considered criminal speeding. I don't care how the fuck fast everybody else is going. That's where I draw the line. However, civil speeding is very, very subjective. I mean, yeah, there's a posted speed limit, but in the traffic statutes in Arizona, it says that the speed limit is reasonable and prudent, which you don't get much more subjective than determining what is reasonable. Everybody's got their own definition of reasonable. And there's plenty of people that are proud to proclaim in the comments on my viral video of the criminal speeder on Loop 303 that 95 on that freeway is reasonable and prudent. Yeah, I don't think reasonable and prudent applies once you're into the realm of criminal speeding. Now, I'd have to read some case law, but I'm pretty sure I just don't work at that point. But if you're doing 5, 10 over the limit, and some cop decides to give you a ticket, if you can convince the judge through some kind of evidence, and there's not much better than dash cam video, that the speed you were going was reasonable and prudent for the conditions of the road and the traffic on the road, you can generally talk yourself out of that particular speeding ticket. Now, I do recall there being some language in the law where it says that outside of evidence to the contrary, that it's presumed that a posted speed limit is reasonable and prudent. But I don't think that's where the Flagstaff cop's head was at. I think he was just trying to get anybody who was going over that posted limit. And I didn't see what the posted limit was. When I'm in a spot like that, I drive slow. I just barely went around a corner. But I just found it funny that he would block a sidewalk and block a bike lane, both of which are civil infractions that are not subjective. Either you're blocking it or you're not blocking it. He was clearly blocking it, but whatever. Flagstaff cop's gonna do what Flagstaff cop's gonna do. On that note, happy to be quickly out of Flagstaff. Been a long time since I heard King Crimson on the radio. That's a treat. As I mentioned, we stopped at the convenience store. A little frustrated with that convenience store. I'm pretty sure Arizona law requires that a food store, if they don't accept EBT SNAP benefits, that they have it publicly posted, visibly posted, that they don't accept it. I'm tempted to look that up, because now I'm really curious. Because if I'm paying with a credit card or with cash, and I'm stopping at a convenience store to get food, which I just absolutely needed to do. There's no way I'm going to do this drive without eating, without my stomach starting to hurt. There's a completely different way that I'm going to shop if I'm planning on using my EBT SNAP benefits than if I'm planning on using a credit card. Because there are certain things there's things you can and cannot buy with EBT SNAP benefits. One of the more notable ones, although somebody told me that now you can, I don't think they were right about that. I think cashiers are just starting to not give a fuck. But I'm pretty sure the rule is you can't buy a fountain drink with EBT SNAP benefits. Doesn't mean you can't buy soda. I want a Mountain Dew. But if I'm using SNAP benefits, I gotta buy a bottle. Whereas if I'm just driving and I'm paying with cash, I prefer to get a 32-ounce fountain. Other differences is food. Generally speaking, if I'm paying with cash or a credit card, I'm going to get hot prepared food, which they had. They had, I'm not sure what they had. I didn't even look at it because I'm planning on using my SNAP benefits. Whereas if I'm using EBT SNAP benefits, I'm purchasing stuff that qualifies. Hot prepared food does not qualify. Now, microwave burritos and things of that nature do qualify, but there's an interesting technicality that they have to be warmed up after purchase. Again, I don't think those rules are really being enforced anymore, but I'm the kind of guy that likes to follow rules. It's just the way I am. Now, granted, I do look for ways that I can bend them to a point, but generally speaking, I try to do the right thing and follow rules with different programs. Well, being that I was planning on doing the EBT, I had bottled sodas, and I grabbed a microwave burrito, but did not microwave it yet. Once you've microwaved it, it's considered prepared food. Planning on microwaving it after I paid it. I got up there, I got my total, which was higher than what my total would have been had I been shopping the way I would have shopped to pay with cash. Just different rules, different situations. Mind you, I'm in a really tight time schedule because I'm with this whole convoy of drivers that are going to Phoenix. In fact, I think the vehicle in front of me, I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure the vehicle in front of me is the gal that rode with me on the other side of the back seat of the minivan, who I find very attractive, but I'm reasonably sure that she already has a girlfriend. And if not, yeah, she's kind of looking for the same thing I am. So nothing against that. It is what it is. I mean, she kind of was giving off Butch vibes when I met her, but sometimes you don't know for sure. But yeah, we had a conversation towards the beginning of the ride that made that very clear, which is fine. It doesn't make me find her any less attractive. But anyway, I think that's her driving the Dodge in front of me. It was funny when everybody was looking at their keys to see what they were driving. She was acting like she won the lottery. Which is fine. I'm completely comfortable in the Odyssey. I've driven Honda Odysseys before, and they're comfortable. Now, I've never driven one this new, other than around the lot. Big game, next 15 miles. I think that sign was supposed to indicate elk. Anyway, yeah, kind of an awkward moment at the cash register as I swiped my EBT card and it wasn't taking it. And the guy goes, "Oh, is that EBT?" I said, "Yeah." Like, why are you going to say it like that? You know? Like, why don't you scream out, "Oh, look, this guy here, he's poor." Oh, we don't take that here. Really, dude? Because it's not posted. Ooh, somebody took out the guardrail on the left. That was a big ouch. I was not expecting this much construction on the route back home. At least there's no traffic to speak of. And judging from all these rough spots I'm hitting, it's time this got done. So, good thing that ADOT is doing it in the summer when there's less traffic in Arizona. Scenic view, not accessible due to the construction. You know, when we do these routes, according to the training materials that I went through with my onboarding for MLS and for Hertz, we're supposed to do it convoy style, where everybody is in a specific order and nobody passes anybody else in the convoy and everybody stays directly behind the person in front of them. Yeah, so far this is the third one, by far the longest one I've done, but the third one I've done. And it's pretty clear that that's just, with traffic, generally speaking, not possible. But I do hope that's the gal I was riding with in the back seat, because I would like at least to be riding in tandem with one of the people in this group. Not that it's a big deal if we don't. I know the address of where I'm going to, so I'll be fine either way. And if the guys in front of me decide that they want to go a ridiculous speed, I'm not risking my license to keep pace with them. I and I will happily explain to Rob why I didn't. On that note, I should probably put the phone away. Just had some thoughts to get off the top of my head, and yeah, the EBT thing was a minor inconvenience, but since obviously there was other people waiting for me, I just went ahead and swiped my card, which was frustrating because I would have had a lower total in different stuff that I would have enjoyed more if that was the plan. So I do kind of want to look up what the rules are, and leave a short but sweet Google review stating, hey, be forewarned, this food store does not accept EBT SNAP benefits. It's one of those things that needs to be in a Google review. It's an important bit of information that is not posted and really should be. So anyway, I'm gonna put this phone away. Elevation 6,000 feet. Time to enjoy the view. Crank up the 4runner, although I'm starting to lose the signal of this Flagstaff station.